Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, The East Coast Crafter. I'm so happy that you could stop by today. Thanks to all my wonderful subscribers and all my new viewers as well. I hope you like the crafts that I have planned for you today. Let me know in the comments below. DIY number 1 is going to be a honeycomb shelf rustic craft. The supplies that you'll need is a wooden shelf, acrylic paint, a paintbrush, Mod Podge, napkin, or tissue paper. The first thing I did was apply 2 coats of acrylic paint in the color white to my shelf, and I let it thoroughly dry. Then I applied a thin layer of Mod Podge on the inside of the wooden shelf. I had previously cut out the hexagon shape out of my napkin and removed the extra plies. As my napkin was a 2-ply napkin, I only wanted 1 ply to be able to decoupage it onto the shelf. So then I fitted into the shelf and smoothed it out with my fingers. Once I was pleased with that all the air bubbles and stuff were out of the napkin, I applied a second coat of Mod Podge and then made sure to thoroughly dry it in between. To finish off the project, I just made a simple twine bow and attached it with hot glue to the top corner. Let me know what you think of this project or how you would change it up for your house. DIY number 2 is a driftwood coat hook. Supplies that you'll need for this project is a piece of driftwood or wooden plank, some hooks, screws, drills, and a drill bit. This was a super simple project to complete. All I basically did was take a piece of driftwood that my mom had collected on the beach in Nova Scotia, and I took 3 hooks. I decided which side of the board I would like to have my hooks on. I placed the outside edges of the hooks higher and the middle hook slightly lower. I used my drill and screwed the screws into the driftwood, and that was basically all that you had to do to complete this. I attached some hooks to the back so that it can be hung up on the wall, and now it's ready to use to hang up a dog leash, your keys, a coat, anything of your choice. The supplies that you'll need to complete today's project is a blank, stain, twine, some wooden buttons, and some artificial flowers, as well as a stencil, paintbrush, and acrylic paint. DIY project number 3 is a Mother's Day sign. Moms are like buttons, they hold everything together. To stain my wood, I use the Martha Stewart acrylic decor wax. I slightly wet my brush and apply it all over the whole board, wiping off the excess with a piece of paper towel. I stained all the sides of the boards, the tops, the sides, the bottom, and even the back. Once that was completed, I let it thoroughly dry, and then I applied my stencil to the top of the sign. I applied a thin layer of Mod Podge over my stencil to stop the bleed through. After the Mod Podge was completely dry, I then stamped the top of the stencil using white acrylic paint in a pouncing motion. After my stencil was fully dry, I peeled back the layer of vinyl stencil and discarded that. Next step was to attach my twine on both ends of my board. I applied a little bit of hot glue on the back, wrapped it around several times, and then finished it on the back as well, so the front has a nice clean appearance. I selected a couple wooden floral buttons to add to my sign, as well as some artificial flowers. I finished off the project with a lace bow. I think this is a sweet little project that anybody could make, and it would be super appreciated by any mom, I'm sure. If you'd like to see more of my DIY projects in the future, make sure to subscribe. Thanks!